not upon knowledge, not upon the word of God, but simply based upon our instincts and our feelings. Ultimately, what we need to do is firmly plant ourselves in what the word has to say about our money. Listen to what the psalmist said. He said, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." My goal simply over the course of this sermon or this sermon series is to simply set all of us on the right path to financial freedom so that we're able to no longer be borrowers, but to be lenders. So that we can be free to invest in the kingdom agenda, in the kingdom agenda. And understand, I'm not just talking about tithing, which is already holy unto the Lord. It's already what belongs to him. It's his anyway, whether we bring it or not. But I don't know about you, but I want to be freed up to be able to go above and beyond, to be able to bless some people, to bless my church. I want to be able to sow bountifully so that I can reap bountifully. But the truth is, I can't sow if I'm broke. So once and for all, what I'm saying to y'all today, and this is a sermon to not just pew, but to preacher as well. Once and for all, let's get it right. Anybody here want to really, truly experience once and for all God's best when it comes to your money? Anybody want to not be worried month after month about how to make the ends meet, robbing Peter to pay Paul, transfer the balance from one credit card to another, paying the minimums on the credit card? Anybody want to not be worried when they check that balance on their account online that it might be in the red and not in a charge with some fees? Anybody want to not be working to have to pay Chase and Bank of America some overdraft fees because of mismanagement of money? And here's the biggest thing. Anybody want to be able to not be tempted again to have to pinch off of their tithes because we mismanaged our own 90%. And so just in order to make ends meet, just to keep the landlord from putting the eviction notice on the house, just to keep from getting the 30 days past due on our credit report, we got to pinch off of God's money because we mismanaged our money. And as a result, it's a cycle. We stay in the same phase because you can't get ahead by putting God behind. Anybody want to once and for all just get it right? Well, let's dig into the Word of God for part one of this series of finance and family. Here's what the Word says about what wise and foolish people do with their money. Once again, chapter 21, verse 20 of Proverbs says, "A precious treasure and oil are in a wise man's dwelling, but a foolish man spends it up." The text preaches itself. Literally, I can sit down right there. It preaches itself. It gives us a picture of a wise man and a foolish man. What I need for us to do at the onset of this, because they say confession is good for the soul, but somebody has gone on to say but bad for your reputation. What I need us to do is to be honest enough with ourselves, and I'm going to start it off by being honest first of all, to say that in this passage, I have most of the time played the fool instead of the wise man. And I look to God that those of you that can honestly, truly say that are at that place in your life and at that place where you really, really, really want to get it right. That you will honestly admit that I have been a foolish man in this passage. The text talks about two things, and I'm going to share with you, and then I'm going to take my seat. This is not going to be one of those hooping sermons. It's probably going to be one of them hurting sermons. But it's going to help some people today, including y'all's pastor. Two things I'm going to talk about. The wise man does two things. He, first of all, controls spending. Say control spending.
Control spending.
The second thing that he does is he commits to saving.
Commits to saving.
First thing I want to talk about is the reasons we spend. A couple reasons why we spend. First of all, one of the reasons that we spend is for self-empowerment and affirmation. But honestly, this should only come from God. When we need to spend some money to make ourselves feel like we got some money. When we need to go out to eat in order to make ourselves feel like we got some money. When we need to buy things to affirm to us who we are, as opposed to just being firmly rooted and grounded in who God says we are, then essentially we've spent money for the wrong reasons. You know those affirmation purchases? The car that we don't really need, but it says something about our status. And so I don't really need it because I'm just going to work and home. Brothers, we ain't playing the field no more, so we ain't trying to impress or pick up nobody. But we just want it because that's just the kind of dude I am. That's just the kind of female these just the kind of shoes I wear. I don't wear Nine West no more. I only buy shoes from Nordstrom and Saks Fifth. I don't buy suits from casual corners. I buy suits from Lord & Taylor and from Nordstrom Rack. Some of us have gotten to the place where we need to spend to affirm who we are and what we've accomplished in life. Reverend Simmons used to have this Jordan thing where he just had to have, Keisha, you remember, how many Jordans y'all got in that closet that he don't even wear no more? That's $150 times what? But sometimes we make plans. That's my friend, so I can put him on blast. I'm going to get on myself in a minute. But sometimes we make those purchases to affirm who we are and to empower ourselves. I don't have off-the-rack shirts in my closet. All my shirts are tailor-made. They won't fit nobody else but me. The monograms fit me, and it's because of this, let me just put it this way, as Beyonce put it, ego. It's just because of the big ego. The car that I like to drive, it's because of the ego, regardless of the humility on the other side. When it comes to affirming who I am, it's the ego. And for some of you, what you need to admit today is that ego plays a role in my spending. Actually, some stuff that we haven't even taken out of the trunk of the car because we're afraid to take it in the house, so we just gonna slowly sneak it in. Some things that I'm talking to the women now. Those were ego purchases. Because I work hard, I deserve to be able to get these things. But should it be the other way around? Because I work hard, I deserve to not have to be nervous when I check my account online. I deserve that when somebody is in need, I have the ability because I work so hard. And I should be able to bless somebody. But when I want to do something, I ain't got to wait till Friday when payday comes just to be able to do it. So not only do we spend money for self-empowerment and affirmation, which you, by the way, only come from God, also we do it to mask our true financial state. I'm talking to a black audience today. Let me say that again. We spend to match our true financial state. Here's an interesting contrast. I talked to somebody about this a couple of weeks ago. If you go to a black mega church, you go to the parking lot and you see Benzes and BMWs and all kinds of high-end cars. You go to a white mega church, let's say Willow Creek, and these are the real millionaires. Those of you that have been in South Barrington and in that area understand that that's where the vice presidents and the presidents of the companies we work for, that's where they live. So they got the real money. And in that parking lot are practical vehicles that meet their needs. Honda Accord, because it's reliable and it's going to get me from here to there and be able to do what I need to do. Minivan, because mom needs to pick up the kids from soccer and basketball and little league and all those things, so it's practical. It doesn't take an excursion to be able, that runs diesel fuel to be able to do that. But a lot of times we do our spending because these are trophy pieces for us. And we like to hide where we really are financially by having that good stuff. So I may be in an apartment, but man, I'm trying to save this money so I can get this Escalade. The Escalade is $750 a month to pay for. The rent is $750 a month to pay for. And it never hits us that instead of spending all of this money on this big